Good morning. So, what I want to talk about today is when you should be being really aggressive with your marketing and what's business as usual. So, it looks to me, it looks like a barbell, right? So, you've got a big thing at the end and a big thing at the other end, basically. So, I'm going to draw it for you today as we go through it. But have a think about what you're spending your money on with your marketing, like whereabouts how much you're spending on acquisition, how much you're spending on retention, and then how much on re-engagement. Because like win back campaigns, a lot of people just leave those for so long because they like looking at the numbers in their database. They like, wow, my database is so big. But the fact is that people who aren't doing anything with you, who aren't opening or clicking, are actually affecting your deliverability, right? And there's a couple of schools of thought on that, but I like to keep people around because you never know. It could be a long buying cycle, but I think you should segment those people out, try and get them back every so often, because you do have permission to market to them, right? But they shouldn't be in your day-to-day. So look, I'll just share a screen. Gonna see my background. So this shouldn't take too long to warm up. Right, so I'll just make this bigger. Okay, so when you're doing the initial acquisition, you need to go quite hard here, right? You need to spend some money, and you need to know how much it costs to get that customer, right? Now, for some people, it might be $1. For some people, it might be 50. But you need to work out what that is for you, right? And be spending that money aggressively because this is going to grow your customer list, right? This is going to get these people into your funnel, into your whatever, your workflows. I like workflows. Funnels seems a bit, internet marketing. But anyway, it is a funnel at the end of the day. You're taking them in the top and they're coming out the bottom as customers, right? So it's spending money here on getting those people in, and you need to know those numbers. You need to know how much it costs. Great thing about using Facebook, for example, is that Facebook ads is that you can see exactly how much it costs to get someone, right? So, we've got someone who spends like, say, 0.5, so 50 cents a person to get onto their list. Their product is $1,200 or $1,300. Like, that's cheap, right? 50, this is cheap, really, really cheap to make a $1,200 or $1,300 sale. So know your numbers. Okay, so the next thing is that basically we go along and we're doing business as usual, right? So this is your BAU. So you shouldn't have to spend much there, right? Because it's just your normal marketing, it's your normal day-to-day emails. You're not really spending a huge amount on these customers once they're in here, right? However, after a while, and it could be like they haven't interacted for 30 days, they haven't interacted for, in MailChimp, you're a little bit contained here. You can only really do like 30 days and 90 days. But there's a bit more that you can do. But those are the basics, right? 30 and 90 days, haven't opened or clicked or done anything. So what do you do to get those people back involved? And what are your business rules around what you do with those people moving forward, right? So for me, this is where this whole barbell idea comes up. Because if you think about it, it is quite like that, right? You've got this big thing here, and then you've got this, big spending lots of money, and you've got this here, spending money there. And this is where you can go hard, right? You can go, hey, we miss you, right? So this is all about we miss you. And I think you can spend some money to get that person back, because then you've got an idea of customer lifetime value, right? And customer lifetime value is really key to how much you would spend here as well, right? Because if you know your customer lifetime value, then you can go, okay, it's worth me spending, I don't know, a 20% discount off their next sale, or, you know, shivers, I could even give them $50 off a product. So having think about that, right? And you've got to know your numbers. You've really got to know your numbers here. You've got to know how much it's worth to you to get that person back, to get that repeat sale. Because at the end of the day, we're all looking for spikes, right? And so those spikes with little or no money basically being spent to get them is what's going to make some money for you. So I think, let's get rid of that. So working on this idea of this barbell, put it up on, I'll draw it out somewhere, right? Put your numbers around that. Like your BAU, it's just normal marketing. Now, after you've gone hard on this retention, then you've got to decide what to do, because basically, you know, we're back into BAU. So I think you might want to think about that customer lifetime value and then look at what you want to do with those customers. Because look, if they don't interact with you here, for a start, they haven't cost you anything, right? There's no money. Like, you can automate a lot of these retention plans, right? So, or win back campaigns. Easy to automate them generally, right? So as soon as someone slips into the bucket, they haven't done anything for 30 or 90 days, or, you know, they get an email automatically, hey, we miss you. What's it going to take for you to get, you know, what's it going to take to get you to know, open an email? So you can automate that. And then what you're doing is you're just testing. You're testing different offers. You're testing subject lines. You know, you're testing all the time to see what gets them back to get that next sale. One thing I want to note here is that when you're, you know, when you're thinking about your customers, you know, the first thing is, how do I get them to that first sale? Okay, so that's what we're doing up here. Along here, the BAU is, how do we get them to their next sale, right? To their second sale. And then, you know, third, fourth. So for example, in gyms, they know that if they can keep you to say 6 months or 3 months, they're going to keep you to 12 months. And then after 12 months, they know that they'll keep you to 18 months. So for them, it's all about pushing you to the next thing, because they know they'll just keep you longer and longer and longer. So have a think, like, for your customers, like, what does it take to keep someone as a customer? Like, maybe you could do a survey to customers that have bought off you a lot. You know, have a think about why they still buy off you, and then put that into your incentives as well. So look, this is meant to be a quick thing, but it's about, I think about this as the barbell, right? We go hard on acquisition, we go hard on retention, and we segment out those people. We do something with them so that they're not mucking up our delivery and our stats. So yeah, that's today. Thank you very much. I'll just stop the share. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Wow, I say I'll see you next week. I'm trying to do this weekly, trying to put something of good value in this group every week. So if there's something that you would like to see, ask me, you know, burning question, how to build a list, how to get your open rates up, why you should take a copywriting course, things like that. See you later.